strength, abundance, victory, and honor. These are the priorities of a tribe. Now put that into perspective and ask yourself, did Yazan and Brittany provide all of these things to the collective?
Not a one.
I like it. Loush, Ibby.
I don't know.
And you. Back with another one. More dysfunctionality. Dysfunctionation. Thank you. Yazan and Brittany. This one is actually quite special because finally, through the grace of God, a man named Adam has descended down and graced this poor couple with his presence.
Oh my God.
With his beautiful linguistic ability and his mastering of the Arabic and English languages.
Hallelujah.
He has now come and basically become a permanent member of the relationship.
Oh my God. Thank God.
So
this whole relationship is backwards. Now they get a translator.
It's a triangle now. Adam must now go with them everywhere they go. And this is how the marriage will happen. Thanks God. Apparently this is where I think she really and truly understands the impact and the gravity of the situation. And perhaps, just maybe, she feels a little bit of remorse and guilt for taking it so lightly. I'm not sure, but
Brittany?
I don't know. Okay.
Brittany?
Okay. Been good.
Swear.
Been good.
Swear.
أول ما يصيرهم خبر إن إحنا اتجوزنا أبوي هو حيضطر يعمل اجتماع للعيلة يرجعوا يجيبوا كل الشيوخ العيلة ساعتها بيجوا بيشوفوا إنه في أدلة أو لأ.
If there's evidence or not of her being promiscuous or her being an adult movie star, I think that's what he's referring to because of her social media and her public display of body parts and Cheetos bags. I think that's what they're talking about.
Patron bottles.
Okay.
What I want you to understand is more about the dynamics of my family. My father here is not only facing my immediate family. There is the overall tribe. Okay? We have our own traditions, customs, and ways of handling things. So these are the people who will get mad. So when I decide to get married, my father is going to sit down with all the heads of the tribe. The idea behind this meeting is to examine the evidence and then come up with a verdict.
في شغلتين.
A verdict.
يا إنهم يقتلوني أو إنهم إيش يتبروا مني. فواحد من الاثنين.
Either way, the marriage will not be accepted. In both outcomes. I mean, he'll only be around for one of the outcomes.
Yeah.
Let this be an example of, I guess, the severity of the situation that Yazan was trying to explain to Brittany.
Yeah, which is a very serious situation.
Yeah, and the whole concept of Arab tribes, we'll get into it in a minute. I have some information about that. But to me, the irony behind it is that when you think about a tribe, it's something very old. It's something very traditional, historic, if you will. And then you think about social media, which is something very new. It's something very modern. It's something very trending. Yeah. But the tribe is actually reacting to the social media. So the irony is that it's her behavior and her public display of her character on social media is what the tribe, the old and the traditional and the historic, is using to get their information from her. Because she's not from there. They don't have references. They don't have other sources of information beyond Yazan, who has done a terrible job at it. So this is such a good example of like technology and tradition kind of coming together and this leading to an actual like negative circumstance for them.
That's,
you know,
it's something.
Had she not done what she did and on social media and whatnot, the tribe would have probably gotten better, more accurate information from the real sources, you know?
Unreal.
Really, there are two things that they can possibly do. The first thing, the entire tribe can disown me.
Baha.
The second thing is that they might decide to kill me. So that is what I want you to understand.
You're not in Miami anymore. Sweetheart.
freaking mime over
It's
here.
really crazy to think
I think she's
that
just
it's
processing
this
it.
giant tribunal to decide a fate for Yazan and I don't get why they're taking it so far. I don't get why they make decisions that don't have anything to do with them or their well-being. It's definitely hard because it's just...
What do you mean? He's a part of the tribe. He represents them in every way. What don't you understand? Like...
Yeah, and this is, again, it's just a very simple Google, a very simple search on the plane, on your way to Jordan, would have really put you in that world. It would have given you a little bit of information. Just point form, Cole's notes. I don't care how you get it. The whole point was for you to actually acclimate yourself to the local tradition and the regional culture that these people live by.
You know what?
It's not a matter of right or wrong. Like she was trying to use some sort of moral, gender-based feminist pedestal when she was on the beach with her girl and having a good time and saying, "Girl, we're gonna have a girls' trip," blah blah blah. It's like, I don't think she really understood the severity of the cultural implications here. Like truly, I think that she thought it was a game, and it's not.
Honestly, I truly believe that she takes information and she refuses to understand them because she just doesn't want to.
I think that she saw the show before. She thought that it was gonna be like other couples before. And the difference is that she's on the other way, 90 Day Fiancé, the other way. So it's not the Arab that needs to acclimate to the Western society, as we've seen. It's the other way around. And I think maybe she signed up, she applied for the wrong version of 90 Day Fiancé.
إذا قررنا الزواج أنا أهم إشي عندي إن هذا قرار طالع من قلبها ولا لا.
So what I want you to do now is to forget about everything that we talked about. I have one thing that I want you to understand. When it comes to your decision for us getting married, I want this to come out purely from your heart. So I want you to say yes, we want to get married because I love you, not because you are in danger if I decide.
I like that. I like that. I agree with that. Because Yazan's basically admitting to her that he's willing to put all of that aside to be with her. Which I get. Who are we to judge, right? Like, it's his life at the end of the day. It's also his culture and his traditions and his tribe, the collective at the end of the day too, that he's gonna have to choose between. And it's unfortunate. I don't want to say that she put him in that position. I think they both put them
100%.
Right?
It's 50-50 at that point, man. It's insane.
Yeah.
I never in a million years thought I would find myself in this situation. He really got us into hot water without making me aware of the stakes that we were basically up against. I felt...
Okay, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. A little bit of accountability, a little bit of responsibility there. You're building a life together, okay?
But like, why are you so confused at that part? He clearly didn't know how to explain it to you, hence why the translator is there right now.
They did not take it seriously together.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Most definitely.
He thought that he could change her the way he wanted her to change. And then when he realized that that wasn't going to happen, it spiraled out of control.
But let's not get it confused either.
And she thought that she can change him.
Exactly.
100.
Both.
Yeah, I
Both
love
of them.
The impact is just so clear now.
entirely overwhelmed and I don't know what to do.
Okay, so we don't see her answer. Now, apparently, through the grapevine, through a little bit of digging that I did, Adam, the translator, he admitted that when the camera's not rolling, they're all over each other. Okay?
Wait, what do you mean all over each other? Like
touchy-feely.
Oh, nice.
Okay? So we're also not going to go along if that's the case. If they're just showing face right now for the camera and trying to put us into some soap opera drama, we're not about that. We don't care. Like I've mentioned in other videos, I really don't care about the outcome of this video or the outcome of this couple in particular. We're not fans, and we're not here to like gossip and do all that stuff. When it comes to tribes, when it comes to the culture, appropriating it, leveraging it, propping yourself up because of it, using it to for clout and misrepresenting it for the world. I think that's where we kind of we come in, and we're just trying to course correct
Maneuver,
here.
yep.
Just some quick information about tribes in general. Now, we're Lebanese and we don't really adhere to tribal culture, but there are elements of tribal culture that we do follow, which stems from the paternal bloodline, something that we follow quite significantly, actually. According to Arab traditions, tribes are divided into two different divisions called Arab skulls, which is a term given to a group of tribes in the Arabian Peninsula, which are described in the traditional custom of strength, abundance, victory, and honor. These are the priorities of a tribe. Now put that into perspective and ask yourself, did Yazan and Brittany provide all of these things to the collective?
Not a one.
A number of them branched out, which later became independent tribes, so sub-tribes. And the reason why they are called skulls is that the skull is the most important part of the body, and every Arab tribe is a descendant from these major tribes. The tribe's lineage is passed down through the father and his sons.
Aha.
Now we know why Yazan's father took Yazan's marriage and his actions so seriously.
100%.
Marriage between individuals of superior and inferior tribes is frowned upon. Inferior and superior tribes, this branches out. There's frowning upon between each other. You can be a purebred, heritage, original, authentic Arab from the region, from the culture, from everything, and you're still being frowned upon.
Who's Brittany?
Imagine that. Imagine that. Just to wrap it all into perspective here. It's crazy.
Unreal.
Like who and what is a Brittany? Since claim to status is dependent upon purity of descent through the paternal line, the children of such a marriage would suffer the taint of mixed blood and reflect on the status of the tribe as a whole, the collective, everybody. So let that be a good explanation as to why people are reacting the way they do. And it kind of explains why Yazan's mother said the woman has to forget her family. Not necessarily in those extreme words, I wouldn't say.
You become a part of the family that you're marrying into.
And that lineage, that bloodline follows through the paternal bloodline and through the male, through his sons. In Western culture, we can say that it happens through a last name. When a woman decides to take on her husband's last name. It doesn't happen too much nowadays, but that's like a small example of some of the customs that a tribe would have. But again, I go back to strength, abundance, victory, and honor. These are things that everybody shares.
Yes.
And if one person, if one link, if one chain from the tribe does not exhibit these things, then that is a poor reflection of the entire group.
Just let that sink in a little bit.
Yeah. It can get pretty crazy. I mean, the Jordanians, you think about the Bedouins, they're one of the first to do it. So I understand why the culture is very thick there. Whereas in Lebanon, it's not so much.
Completely different story.
Let us know what you think. If there's any more information on tribes, let us know, ask us, or provide it down below. Whether you're from an inferior tribe or you're from a superior tribe, that doesn't matter. Because there's only one tribe that matters. You know what it is?
Zihou.